të nderuar anëtarë të delegacionit bashkëkandidatar tonë. Ju falenderit që keni gjetë kohë që t'jeni sot në Prishtinë në ditë tepër të rëndësishme për Kosovën, që e konsiderojmë moment të veçantë, kur do të kemi edhe një ceremoni me përmbylljen e ciklit shtetëformos Kosovës me hyrjen në fuqi të Kushtetutës Republikës Kosovës. Unë mund të them se kjo është rezultat i përbashkët i punës dhe angazhimit të brezave të shumtë të popullit Kosovës, por po kështu është rezultat i angazhimit pa hezitueshëm, pa rezervë, ka ngulës gjithmonë dhe i jashtëzakonisht fuqishëm që ju keni bërë, që ka bërë vendi juaj dhe populli i Kosovës është mirënjohës për gjithmonë. Ne s'mund të harrojmë as vitet e hershme të 90-tave, as vitet e mavonshme në këtë kontekst, as orët më të liga që ka pas Kosova, ku keni qenë bashkë, zaj fuqishëm, edhe në Kongresin Amerikan, edhe në politikën e përgjithshme, edhe gjithku ku keni mund të mërini për të arsytuar kauzën tonë, drejtën tonë për liri, drejtën që t'jetojmë sikur dhe popujt e tjerë dhe jonit, drejtën për të pas shpinë tane, për ta pas pasenush. Ju, zoti Engel, zonja Schmidt dhe gjithë bashkëpunëtorët tuaj, keni gjetë mënyrën më të mirë të mundshme edhe rrugët për të na ndihmuar dhe fuqishëm them atë që Shtetet e Bashkuara të Amerikës e kanë bërë për Kosovën është e pazaventësueshme. Është në një rol të veçantë dhe këtë ua themi gjithë dhe pa hezitim. E themi se s'mund të marrëm vetëm 78 ditë të bombardimeve bicaqe që vrishin njerëz. Pjesë e këtij investimi keni bajt barrën më të madhe por gjithë periudat e mëhershme, gjithë periudat e mëvonshme, dhe tash në shtytjen e veçantë në ndihmë pa rezervë për të funksionuar si shtet. 17 shkurtin e kemi momentin kyç të përfundimit të këtij cikli, jo të lehtë, dhe që thash, jo rrugë e shkurt, por rrugë shumë e gjatë. E marrën në Parlamentin e Kosovës vendimin për pavarësinë e Kosovës. Me që rast kem pas edhe lot gëzimi, po dhe lot dhemje për gjithë njerëzit e Kosovës, po dhe për miqtë e Kosovës.
And I attend a lot of meetings like this all around the world, and we sit at big tables opposite each other. This is one of the meetings where I feel I should be sitting next to you, on your side, not opposite, because I feel such a closeness to people of Kosovo, to you, Mr. President, personally, to the Foreign Minister personally, that I feel we should be hugging. You know? And so it's really an honor for me to be here. Thank you for your kind words. There's truly nothing that I've done in the 20 years that I'm more proud of in the work we have all done together to see this country free and independent. And I can think of no happier moment or better time than right now to be here as we witness the Constitution, the ceremony being turned over. You know, I've been in this building before. The first time I came to Kosovo, I believe it was 1993. And I came right in this room. I realized it as we walked in and met with a bunch of Serbs who were the authorities sitting opposite them. And I remember coming up here, and they went on for a long time. It was hours, it seemed like it was forever, 2 hours maybe. and I gave them an earful then, and I'm happy to be here under different circumstances. For me, this has been a dream come true. There's so many stories and so many things that come to mind. I remember meeting with the dictator in Belgrade, Milosevic, in 1996, I think it was, and meeting him one-on-one. He had nobody with him. And I went into all the things that were happening in Kosova, the terrible things that were happening to Albanians and to everything else. And I remember he said to me, "Congressman, you're misinformed. Who tells you such lies?" And we had a meeting with him at the time. I also remember coming here in 1998, I think it was, when we tried to have elections, and we had these jackets that said "Election Observer, Republic of Kosovo," and they wouldn't give me a visa to come into the country. So I came to Skopje and thought when I got to the border maybe I would shame them to letting me in, but they wouldn't let me in, and we held a press conference at the border to protest. And a week later, at the United Nations in New York, we had a big rally in New York City, a big Albanian rally. There had to be 1,000 people there. And I got up and I said, I've repeated this a number of times, but it's appropriate to say it now. I said, last week I tried to get into Kosovo, and Milosevic would not let me in. But I have news for him. One day, we're all going to be in a free and independent Kosovo, and we're not going to let him in. And I think today's the day, and at least for me, and it's just wonderful. When we watched the Declaration of Independence on February 17th, and by the way, the United States recognized Kosovo the very next day on February 18th. February 18th is my birthday, so that was the best birthday present I ever had for the United States to recognize, and it was just wonderful. And we watched, and I was in South America at the time as my capacity as chairman, and it was ironic because the country I was in was Bolivia, and the U.S. ambassador to Bolivia now was Phil Goldberg, who I know you all know. And it was very interesting to be with Phil Goldberg on the day Kosovo declared its independence. We put in a call to Harry Bajraktari, who was having a celebration party in New York, and it was nice we were all able to connect and speak together. So it was just truly wonderful situation. This morning we went to the grave of Dr. Lugova, and we had the honor of meeting with his wife and of course his son, and it was very, very moving for me to be there. And of course I was here for his funeral, and here so many times to meet with him, and he of course remains an inspiration to all of us. When you go into my office in Washington, the very first picture on the wall when you walk in is a picture of me with President Lugova and Harry Bajraktari. It wasn't taken in Kosovo, it was taken in Brooklyn, in New York, but that's a very important picture to me, and he, of course, is an inspiration to all of us, and I look at him as one of the great leaders of the day for independence, in line with Gandhi and Mandela, except he did everything peacefully, like Gandhi did, and I know he's looking down and smiling at all of us and getting a real good feeling that he planted the seeds, and we're now reaping them. So I'm just again in a free and independent Kosovo. I know there are many problems and there are many things to do, but that's why we're here. We're all up to the task. People on both sides of this table, and this is now our generation. This is our chance. We read in the history books about great people who came before us, and they did great things. And we, in the United States, read about George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin and John Adams and all the people who formed our country. And in Kosovo, we don't have to read about them in the history books. We know who they are, and they are all of you. and it is an honor to, to be able to do that. I referred last time I spoke in the Parliament to Dr. Rugova as the George Washington of this country, and many people contributed to this country, but I think he was the symbol for so many years of the struggle for independence. And when you struggle, there are times you repeat the rhetoric, but when you are sitting alone in the room, you sometimes wonder, will this ever happen? Am I just talking and wishing, but will it ever happen? And it happened. And it happened because of the struggles of so many people. When we came into this building, on the fence outside, it was Rustem took me, and we looked at the pictures of the young men all over the wall, the patriots of Kosova, the people who died and missing and sacrificed. And this country has, unfortunately, a bloody past, but we now have to work together to build a future. And I want you to know that, which you already know, but I want to say it, that the United States will always stand by the side of the people of Kosova. I will always stand and be the leading voice in Congress to fight for help for the people of Kosova. My good colleague, Jean Schmidt, who is relatively new to Congress, I think this trip really has shown her she wants to work and will work with us and has a good heart and a feel for the people of this country. And we will continue to work together on a bipartisan basis. We're in different parties, and we understand that we have to work together. And of course, you understand that too. Coalition politics in this democracy is important, and it's important for everybody to work together. There are a number of things that I'm going to say when I speak tomorrow. I'm going to touch on some of the things that I think are important. It comes to mind with each meeting we have about how important it is to have a good business climate so people will want to invest in Kosova, how important the energy sector is here in order to get investment. I understand that there have been some good recent decisions by the government to move forward with a number of things, and I know that that more needs to be done as well. And so let me just say, whoever is the new President of the United States, I will work with that person to make sure that help for Kosova is bipartisan. You know the story when I spoke to Bill Clinton in 1999 and told him that we had to bomb the tyranny deserved army, and that we had to, only the United States could get involved, and he said to me that I won't let these people down, and he didn't, and it was an honor to be able to help move him in the direction of the United States doing the right thing. And I'm also grateful that President Bush has done the right thing in terms of supporting Kosovo, standing strongly with Kosovo for independence, and whoever is the next president, we will make sure that person, that he does the right thing as well. So I know of your personal struggles and fights and being there in the forefront. I certainly know Skender. I'm going to take credit for Skender because 10 years ago he worked in my office, so I'm going to tell everybody we taught him everything he knows. But it's nice to see people leave my office even though he was there for a short time.
As I said at the gravesite earlier this morning, today is Father's Day in the United States. It's a day that we celebrate all the fathers of our children and give them cards and ties and shirts and all those wonderful little trinkets. But here it is Father's Day as well in Kosova, because you are part of that great heritage that has allowed this country to be free and independent. And toward that end, you need to applaud yourself and thank the Lord for giving you the courage and the perseverance and the patience to make it so. You have great challenges ahead of you. One of those challenges is energy. It's a challenge we face throughout the world, but it's particularly important in Kosova because you are such a new country, and so your challenge with energy is different than our challenge in the United States with energy. I know that Congressman Engel and I agree that we want to help you move towards your destiny as not just a free Kosovo, not just an independent Kosovo, but an economically vibrant Kosovo. Because if you are economically vibrant, you will continue to be free and independent. I'm not going to say too much except happy birthday, Kosovo, and happy Father's Day and Mother's Day to all of you that made it so.
Foundation.
Our people abroad and our friends and even people here, they're looking to move forward. And the expectation is very high that we've been waiting so long for independence that as soon as we get it, we're going to hit the ground. And there's a huge expectation from people here in Kosovo and people abroad and our friends that we need to deal with all the challenges that Kosovo has. I think the economy, for one. If we don't have an economy, we waited so long, we must deal with that on. And I would urge the leadership in Kosovo to use whatever it takes and to work with our friends abroad, the United States and various other countries, specifically to help on these sectors so that we can make a difference. Thank you very much. It is wonderful to be an independent and free Kosovo. Congratulations. All of us.
Thank you. The second, please.
The recognition of Kosovo. I realize we don't have offices, embassies. I know we're getting.
Kandomi mrekulli Kosova sa të këtij pavarur. Edhe besoj se komuniteti ju në Amerikë dhe të pjesëtar për të rritur, për të forcuar, për të ndihmuar Kosovën edhe visa shqiptare në drejt ballkanit. Çka mund bëjmë të na heqim gati për të ndihmuar për të mirën e vendit, për të mirën e popullsve. Ju falenderoj për pritjen e juaj. Urojmë sukses shtetin e ri të Kosovës.
Faleminderit, vërtet unë mbati projektuar me kontributin që ja kanë dhënë Shtetet Bashkuara të Amerikës. Kontributi juaj më tepër e quajta si një obligim shqiptarit duke që është në programin e vet, por besoj që kontributi juaj ka qenë i madh për të qenë i madh tani. Mendoj që Kosova tani do të krijon lehtësi jo vetëm për investimin e kapitalit për pasat dhe pare, por për investitorët, për gjithë investitorët që dojnë të investojnë në Kosovë. Besoj që do të krijohet nga Kosova hapësirë e re dhe lehtësi të reja.
I think we